Welcome to Sacred Buddha Wisdom. Today, we embark on a journey that is both timeless and transformative, the journey of self-healing. We live in a world where physical ailments and emotional wounds often feel overwhelming. But there is a path. A sacred path. Where true healing begins, within. Through the profound wisdom of Buddhism, we learn that healing is not just about curing what is broken or soothing the body's pain. It's about understanding the nature of our suffering, embracing it with compassion, and creating a space for transformation in our minds and bodies. You might be feeling weary from past hurts, overwhelmed by the weight of your emotions, or trapped by the physical pain that seems to have no end. But in this moment, I invite you to trust that healing is not just possible, it is within your reach. In this video, we'll explore how the teachings of the Buddha can help guide you on a journey towards self-healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. With every word, every breath, and every moment of mindfulness, you can begin to release the tension, stress, and suffering that weigh you down. Through meditation, visualization, and cultivating self-compassion, you can start to create a life that is aligned with peace, balance, and healing. So, why should you stay with me throughout this journey? Because the principles I'm going to share with you aren't just theoretical. They're rooted in direct experience, both mine and countless others who have walked this path. You will learn techniques that have the power to transform the way you experience pain and discomfort, and open your heart to the healing that lies within. 1. The mind-body connection, healing through awareness. In the profound wisdom of Buddhism, one of the most powerful truths is the inseparable link between mind and body. The Buddha taught that our physical pain is not merely an isolated phenomenon, it is often a reflection of the turmoil within our minds. This interconnectedness is at the heart of the Buddha's teachings on suffering and healing. He said, "The mind is the forerunner of all things. If with an impure mind one speaks or acts, suffering follows one like the wheel that follows the ox that draws the cart." What does this mean for us? It means that our physical ailments, whether chronic pain, illness, or discomfort, are often expressions of deeper emotional and mental struggles. Suffering, as the Buddha explained, arises from 3 root causes: attachment, ignorance, and aversion. These mental states shape not only our emotional and spiritual well-being but also affect our physical bodies in profound ways. The way we cling to unhealthy patterns of thought, the ignorance that prevents us from seeing the truth of impermanence, and the aversion we hold toward uncomfortable emotions, all of these contribute to the disharmony in both our mind and body. But there is hope. The Buddha's first noble truth, which acknowledges the presence of suffering, is not a fatalistic statement. It is the beginning of liberation. For every pain we experience, there is a path to healing. And that path begins with awareness. In the Buddha's teachings, we are invited to understand suffering deeply, to face it, and to see it as the doorway to wisdom. Healing starts not by avoiding discomfort, but by becoming fully present with it. The role of awareness in healing. Awareness, in Buddhist terms, is often referred to as mindfulness, sati. It is the practice of paying attention to our present experience with openness and curiosity, without judgment. When we bring mindfulness to the body, we start to unravel the intricate web of tension, stress, and pain that we carry within. We often move through life unaware of the subtle ways our body responds to our thoughts and emotions. But the body holds memory, it carries the weight of unresolved emotions, traumas, and stresses. Imagine this: you're sitting quietly, and you close your eyes. As you breathe in deeply, you begin to notice sensations in your body that you may have ignored for years. Perhaps there's tightness in your shoulders, a dull ache in your lower back, or a heaviness in your chest. These physical sensations, while seemingly separate from your mind, are intimately connected with the mental and emotional states you experience. The discomfort you feel in your body may be linked to anxiety, fear, anger, or sadness that you've been holding onto for far too long. This is where the power of mindfulness becomes transformational. When we practice awareness, we create space for these sensations to arise without judgment. We stop labeling them as good or bad, comfortable or uncomfortable. We simply allow them to be as they are, in this very moment. The key to healing is not in forcing the pain away, but in acknowledging it with compassion. This process, though challenging, begins to shift the energy in our bodies. When we become aware of our pain, it loses its grip on us. It no longer controls us or holds us captive. Instead, we start to reclaim our power. Meditation is the gateway to healing. Through the practice of meditation, we cultivate this deep awareness. Meditation is not a practice of escaping from reality or suppressing discomfort, it is a practice of becoming present with whatever arises. It is in the stillness of meditation that we can begin to see clearly the root causes of our suffering. Meditation opens a space where we can observe our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations with equanimity and mindfulness. In meditation, we focus on the breath, a simple but powerful anchor that helps us stay grounded in the present. As we breathe in and out, we can begin to notice where the tension in our body resides. Perhaps our breath becomes shallow when we think about a particular event. Or maybe our body tenses when we face a challenging emotion. By observing these patterns, we can begin to understand the connection between our thoughts and our physical state. Over time, this awareness allows us to release the tension that has accumulated in the body and mind, bringing us back to a place of balance and harmony. This healing process is not instantaneous. It requires patience and practice. But just as the Buddha taught, true healing comes when we transform the mind. When we understand that our suffering is not permanent and that we have the power to release it. The body follows. The mind can become the healer. When we cultivate a compassionate awareness toward our pain, we create the conditions for physical and emotional healing to take place. The path of transformation. Healing is not about fixing ourselves. It's about transforming our relationship to pain, suffering, and discomfort. When we cultivate mindfulness, we can start to see pain as a teacher, rather than an enemy. We learn to listen deeply to the messages our bodies are trying to communicate. And we respond with kindness, rather than resistance. The path of healing, according to Buddhist philosophy, is not linear. It requires us to embrace impermanence, the understanding that everything, including our pain, is constantly changing. Our bodies, like our minds, are in a constant state of flux. This impermanence is both a source of suffering and a source of hope. Because everything is temporary. Our pain and suffering, too, will eventually pass. This is the wisdom that allows us to let go. Through mindfulness, meditation, and self-compassion, we can begin to release the mental patterns that contribute to our physical pain. We can heal not just the body, but the mind. And in healing the mind, we unlock the body's innate ability to heal itself. A personal story of healing. I'll share a personal story. When I was younger, I struggled with chronic neck pain. I went from doctor to doctor, seeking relief. But nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until I turned inward, through mindfulness meditation, that I truly began to understand what was happening in my body. I realized that my neck pain wasn't just physical. It was deeply connected to emotional stress and unresolved anxiety that I had carried for years. Through mindful awareness, I was able to listen to the pain. I began to notice where the tension was concentrated, what emotions triggered the discomfort, and how my mental patterns influenced my body. I started practicing deep breathing, bringing my awareness to the tight muscles, and simply allowing myself to feel without resistance. Slowly but surely, the pain began to ease. This is a fundamental lesson in Buddhism: our bodies are not separate from our minds. Healing requires a holistic approach. We must address both the mental and physical aspects of suffering. 2. Breath, the bridge between mind and body. In Buddhist meditation, the breath is often seen as the bridge that unites the mind and body. Though it is a simple, natural act, breathing holds a profound power. When we bring mindfulness to our breath, we are not merely inhaling and exhaling air through conscious breathing. We connect with our innermost self, bringing peace, clarity, and healing to both our mind and body. The role of breath in healing. Breath is an essential force in Buddhism and in the practice of mindfulness. It's not just something we do to stay alive, it is a tool we can use to return to the present moment, calm our minds, and heal our bodies. The Buddha's teachings remind us that the present moment is all we truly have, and the breath serves as an anchor to this moment. When we are stressed, anxious, or in pain, our breath tends to become shallow, erratic, and fast. This is a natural response, but it also intensifies the tension within us. Shallow breathing signals to the body that we are in danger, triggering the fight or flight response. As a result, our muscles tighten, our heart rate increases, and our thoughts race. In contrast, when we breathe deeply and slowly, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural rest and digest mode. This helps to calm the mind and soothe the body. Deep, mindful breathing invites a wave of relaxation that flows through every part of us. It helps us let go of the tension stored in our muscles, calm our racing thoughts, and restore balance. In Buddhism, we use breath as a method for cultivating mindfulness and presence. By bringing our attention to each inhale and exhale, we anchor ourselves in the now, dissolving the distractions of past regrets and future anxieties. It is in this state of presence that healing begins, when we are able to let go of the noise and simply allow the body and mind to rest in their natural rhythm. A simple breathing exercise for healing. Let's take a moment to experience the healing power of conscious breathing. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, somewhere you can be undisturbed for a few minutes. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. There's no need to change anything right now. Just observe how you are breathing. Now, begin to take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing the air to fill your lungs completely. Imagine you are drawing in healing energy, nourishing your body and mind. As you inhale, feel the air expand your chest and belly, bringing life and vitality into every cell. Hold the breath for a few seconds at the top, feeling the fullness of the breath. When you exhale, do so slowly and gently through your mouth. As you release the air, visualize letting go of any tension, stress, or discomfort that you may be holding on to. With every exhale, release the weight of the day, the worries, and the pain. Let the breath cleanse you. Wash away what no longer serves you. Continue this practice for several cycles, staying present with the breath. With each inhale, draw in more healing energy. With each exhale, let go of what you do not need. As you breathe, feel the connection between your body and your mind. You may notice how the rhythm of your breath helps to calm your thoughts. You may feel your body beginning to relax as the tension melts away. Stay with this practice for as long as you need, allowing the breath to guide you into a state of deep relaxation and inner peace. The wisdom of the breath. The Buddha often spoke of mindful breathing as a way to cultivate both awareness and wisdom. He taught that we should observe our breath without attachment, without trying to control it. This is a practice of simply being present with what is. Just as the breath flows naturally, so too does the process of healing. When we allow ourselves to simply be with the breath, without resistance or distraction, we open ourselves to the wisdom that is inherent in each moment. Breathing mindfully also teaches us the impermanence of all things. Each breath is fleeting, it rises, peaks, and falls away. The same is true for our thoughts, emotions, and even our physical pain. When we practice mindful breathing, we are reminded that nothing is permanent. Pain, discomfort, and suffering come and go, just as the breath does. By observing the breath, we are reminded that we have the capacity to weather the storms of life and return to our center. Conclusion: breath is not just an automatic function of the body, it is a gateway to deeper awareness, a tool for healing, and a bridge that connects the mind and body. In Buddhism, the breath is revered as a vital part of the practice of mindfulness, helping us to stay grounded, centered, and present. When we breathe consciously, we engage in a profound act of self-care, allowing the body and mind to relax, rejuvenate, and heal. Next time you feel overwhelmed, stressed, or in pain, remember to return to your breath. With each inhale, invite healing into your body. With each exhale, release what you no longer need. The breath is always with you, waiting to guide you back to the present moment and restore balance within. As the Buddha said, just as a flower does not pick or choose the bees, so do I not pick or choose my thoughts. They come and go like the breeze. I remain at peace. Let your breath be the breeze that carries you to a place of peace, stillness, and healing. Story example: when I first learned to meditate, I struggled with constant anxiety and restlessness. But over time, as I deepened my practice of mindful breathing, I noticed that my entire body began to relax. I could feel the energy moving through me, releasing years of tension. My breath became a source of calm, and I began to experience my body as a space of peace, rather than a container for stress. 3. Loving-kindness meditation, healing the heart. In Buddhism, metta, or loving-kindness, is a practice that holds profound transformative power. It is one of the most gentle yet powerful tools for healing, not only for others but for ourselves as well. The essence of loving-kindness meditation is rooted in compassion, and its beauty lies in its simplicity. However, the effects are deep and far-reaching. The act of loving-kindness is often directed outwardly, toward our family, friends, and even strangers. We may find ourselves easily able to wish others well, "May you be happy. May you be peaceful." Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we tend to be less forgiving. We often overlook our own needs, our own pain, or worse, we treat ourselves with criticism, judgment, and unkindness. We hold ourselves to standards of perfection that no human could meet, let alone sustain. This is where the practice of metta comes in, a reminder that kindness should begin at home, within our own hearts. Loving-kindness meditation teaches us to extend compassion not just to those we love, but to ourselves as well. It is a deeply nurturing practice that encourages us to heal from the inside out. The essence of loving-kindness meditation. Loving-kindness meditation invites us to sit quietly and begin by turning our attention inward. We start by offering ourselves simple, gentle phrases such as, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful." These words, though simple, carry deep meaning. They are not just wishful thinking but a conscious intention to cultivate a space of peace, love, and healing within ourselves. At first, these words may feel foreign, or even uncomfortable, especially if we are not used to treating ourselves with such care. But, as with any practice, repetition creates a shift. The more we say these words to ourselves, the more they begin to resonate. Over time, these affirmations begin to soften the harsh self-judgment we so often carry. This practice is not about seeking perfection or erasing pain. It is about offering ourselves compassion in the face of imperfections. Understanding that we, too, are worthy of love and care. It is an invitation to be gentle with ourselves, to acknowledge our flaws without self-condemnation, and to create a safe space where healing can naturally take place. The power of self-compassion. In Buddhism, we are reminded that compassion is not limited to others. It is often said that the Buddha taught us to extend compassion to all beings, including ourselves. Without self-compassion, true healing cannot occur. Self-compassion is not selfish, it is the foundation from which we can offer true compassion to others. Many of us are quick to show kindness to those around us. But when it comes to ourselves, we are often our harshest critics. We beat ourselves up over past mistakes, over perceived failures, or over the things we think we should have done differently. This creates a cycle of self-blame and guilt, which in turn fuels emotional and physical suffering. Loving-kindness meditation interrupts this cycle. It teaches us to stop, to acknowledge our worth, and to give ourselves the gift of compassion. It's as if we are offering ourselves a balm for the soul, healing old wounds that we've carried for far too long. A simple practice for healing the heart. To begin a loving-kindness meditation, find a quiet, peaceful space where you can sit comfortably. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With each breath, release any tension you may be holding in your body. Allow your breath to center your mind and guide you into the present moment. Once you feel grounded, bring your attention inward. Start by offering yourself the following phrases, repeating them gently and slowly, allowing the words to sink into your being. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. As you repeat these words, imagine the energy of loving kindness enveloping you, like a warm light filling every cell of your body. Feel the peace that comes with these affirmations, and let them dissolve any harsh thoughts or judgments that may have arisen. With each repetition, feel your heart opening wider, creating space for healing and love to flow freely. After a few minutes, you can expand this loving kindness outwards, sending these same wishes of happiness, health, and peace to loved ones, friends, even to those with whom you may have conflict. But remember, the foundation of this practice is always within. You cannot offer love and compassion to others unless you first offer it to yourself. The healing effect of metta. The impact of loving-kindness meditation is far-reaching. It works not only to heal the emotional heart but also to bring about physical healing. Research has shown that practicing loving-kindness can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve overall well-being. More importantly, it creates a shift in the way we relate to ourselves and to others. When we practice loving-kindness, we begin to view ourselves with more empathy and acceptance. This shift in perspective allows us to live more peacefully, without the burden of self-criticism or self-doubt. Loving-kindness opens our hearts, healing the wounds of the past and inviting more joy, peace, and love into our lives. It reminds us that we are worthy of love, not because we are perfect, but because we are human. Conclusion: the transformative power of compassion. In Buddhist practice, the path to healing is not through resistance or force, but through acceptance, compassion, and love. The practice of loving-kindness meditation helps us release the grip of self-judgment and cultivate a deep sense of inner peace. By starting with ourselves, we open the door to healing that not only transforms our own hearts but ripples outward into the world. The Buddha's teachings remind us that we are all capable of profound healing. But it starts with a simple step: being kind to ourselves. Through loving kindness meditation, we begin to heal the wounds we've carried for so long, allowing our hearts to soften and our minds to rest in peace. As we learn to love ourselves, we cultivate the strength to offer love and compassion to all beings, creating a more peaceful and harmonious world. So, the next time you find yourself in need of healing, remember to start with the heart. Offer yourself kindness, compassion, and love. For in doing so, you not only heal yourself but become a source of healing for the world around you. Personal insight. I recall a difficult time in my life when I was dealing with a lot of self-doubt and emotional pain. One day, during a meditation session, I focused on offering loving kindness to myself. At first, it felt foreign, almost uncomfortable, to say, "May I be happy" or "May I be at peace." But over time, the words began to penetrate my heart. I realized how deeply I had neglected my own needs, and how important it was to offer myself the same love that I so readily offered others. As I practiced this regularly, I felt a transformation. The emotional wounds I had been carrying began to heal. My heart softened, and I began to approach life with a greater sense of peace and joy. Loving kindness is one of the most powerful tools we have for healing. 4. The power of visualization in healing. Visualization is a profound and ancient practice used by Buddhist healers to guide the flow of energy through the body. It is a practice rooted not just in imagination, but in a deep understanding that the mind has the power to influence the body. In Buddhism, it is believed that our mental states, our thoughts, emotions, and intentions, have a direct impact on our physical health. The mind is not separate from the body, rather, they are intimately connected. And through the power of visualization, we can tap into this connection to bring about healing. Visualization as a tool for healing. In Buddhist healing traditions, visualization is often used as a means of directing energy to areas of the body that require attention. This practice involves creating vivid mental images of healing light or energy entering the body and flowing through the areas of discomfort. It is said that when we visualize this healing energy, we are not merely engaging in a mental exercise, we are sending a signal to our body that it is time to restore balance and harmony. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from our attachments, our ignorance, and our aversions. And that liberation from suffering comes through mindfulness, awareness, and transformation of the mind. Visualization serves as a tool to harness the mind's power in the service of healing. By focusing on specific areas of pain, we bring our awareness to those spaces. And in doing so, we allow healing energy to begin its work. Whether it is a physical injury or an emotional wound, visualization acts as a catalyst for the body's natural healing process. How visualization works in healing. At its core, visualization is the act of mentally picturing something that has not yet manifested physically. In the context of healing, it involves imagining the body as vibrant, whole, and in perfect balance. For example, when you visualize healing energy flowing to a sore knee or a tense back, you are creating a mental image of light, warmth, and vitality moving into the area of pain, soothing the discomfort and promoting recovery. But the power of visualization is not confined to just physical ailments. Emotional healing is equally important. In Buddhism, we believe that emotional pain, like physical pain, leaves traces in the body. Long-held anger, fear, grief, or anxiety can manifest in physical form, creating blockages in the flow of energy. By using visualization to direct healing light to the heart, mind, or other areas associated with emotional pain, we begin to address the root causes of suffering and promote emotional well-being. The Buddha spoke often about the power of the mind to transform suffering. By visualizing ourselves free from illness, pain, or distress, We are essentially planting the seeds for healing. When we hold the intention of recovery and visualize it clearly, we align our mind and body in the pursuit of healing. This practice allows us to see ourselves as whole and healthy, rather than as broken or in need of repair. A simple visualization practice for healing. One way to begin using visualization for healing is to find a quiet and comfortable space, free from distractions. Sit in a relaxed position. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. As you breathe in, allow your body to relax with each exhale. Feel the tension release from your muscles and the weight of your day slip away. Now, bring your attention to the area of discomfort. If it is physical pain, imagine a soft, warm light gently touching the spot where you feel the pain. See this light as a healing force, radiating warmth, vitality, and love. Visualize the light moving into the area of pain, soothing and restoring balance. If you are dealing with emotional pain, imagine the same warm light filling your heart. See this light expanding and softening any negative or painful emotions. Picture it dissolving any anger, sadness, or fear that you may be holding on to. Allow the light to fill you with peace, acceptance, and understanding. You may find it helpful to visualize the healing energy as a color that resonates with you, perhaps a gentle blue for calm, green for growth, or gold for healing. Whatever color feels right for you. Use it as a tool to deepen the experience and connect more strongly with the healing process. The role of mindfulness in visualization. The Buddha often taught about the importance of mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment. Visualization works hand in hand with mindfulness. As you focus on the healing light or energy flowing through your body, stay fully aware of the sensations that arise. Don't force the healing process, rather, allow it to unfold naturally. Trust that the energy is working, even if you cannot immediately feel it. The more you practice mindfulness, the more attuned you will become to the subtle shifts within your body and mind. As you continue your visualization practice, remind yourself that healing is a process. It may not happen overnight, but through consistent practice and a steady belief in the mind's power to heal, you will begin to notice positive changes. Your body may respond with a sense of relief. Your emotions may become lighter, and you may find yourself more at peace. Personal experience and reflections. In my own practice, I have found visualization to be an incredibly powerful tool for healing. When I faced a period of emotional distress, I turned to this practice to help restore balance. By visualizing healing energy filling my heart and mind, I was able to release long-held sadness and grief. Over time, I felt a shift in my perspective. My mind became clearer, and my heart felt lighter. The pain I had carried for so long began to dissolve. It's not always easy. At times, the mind can resist change, or the body may hold on to pain out of habit. But through consistent practice and with the right intention, visualization can be a catalyst for deep healing. Just as the Buddha taught, healing begins with the mind, our thoughts, our intentions, and our awareness. When we use these to direct energy toward healing, we create an environment where transformation is possible. The healing power of mind and body connection. Ultimately, the practice of visualization and healing demonstrates the profound connection between mind and body. In Buddhism, this connection is sacred. Our mental state influences our physical health, and our physical health reflects our mental state. Through visualization, we can guide our energy to where it is needed most, whether in times of physical pain or emotional suffering. This practice is a reminder that we are not passive observers in our own healing journey. We have the power to transform, to heal, and to restore ourselves. By harnessing the power of the mind and visualization, we can reconnect with the innate healing abilities that reside within us all. So, The next time you face discomfort or pain, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, remember that you can use the power of visualization to bring healing to your body and mind. With patience, intention, and mindfulness, you can guide yourself back to a place of balance, peace, and well-being. The power of healing is within you. 5. Releasing limiting beliefs, creating space for healing. In the teachings of the Buddha, one of the most profound insights is the concept of non-attachment. This is not just about material possessions or relationships, but also about our attachment to thoughts, beliefs, and identities that no longer serve us. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering, and that true freedom comes from the release of these attachments. This extends to the beliefs we hold about ourselves, especially those that limit our growth, healing, and potential. We all carry beliefs about our worth, our abilities, and our health. Some of these beliefs were shaped by past experiences, others by societal conditioning, and still others by the voices of others that we have internalized. While some beliefs are empowering, many are limiting. These are the beliefs that hold us back from fully embracing our capacity to heal, to grow, and to experience life to its fullest. The role of limiting beliefs in our healing journey. Limiting beliefs act as invisible barriers that prevent the natural flow of healing energy within us. They are like walls that we have built around ourselves. Walls made of fear, self-doubt, or past trauma. These beliefs often manifest as thoughts like, I am not worthy of good health. I will never get better. I am not capable of healing. My past defines me. When we hold on to such beliefs, they not only shape our thoughts and emotions but also influence our physical health. In Buddhism, we understand that the mind and body are intricately connected. What we think, we create. If we continue to believe that we are unworthy of healing or that we are stuck in a cycle of pain, we may unconsciously create conditions in our body that mirror those thoughts. This is why healing requires more than just addressing the physical symptoms. True healing begins with the mind, with the beliefs and thoughts we hold about ourselves. The Buddha's teachings remind us that suffering arises from attachment, not only to people or things but to beliefs that confine us to a limited view of who we are. The Buddhist wisdom of non-attachment. Non-attachment is not about indifference or detachment from life. Rather, it is the understanding that everything is impermanent. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not fixed. They are like clouds passing through the sky, constantly changing and evolving. When we cling to any belief, especially one that limits us, we are holding on to something that is inherently impermanent. And this attachment causes us suffering. In the practice of letting go, we create space for healing. We let go of beliefs that no longer serve us and open ourselves to new possibilities. In Buddhism, this is called mental renunciation, renouncing the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that trap us in cycles of suffering. When we renounce limiting beliefs, we make room for new, empowering beliefs that allow us to step into our fullest potential. How to release limiting beliefs? The process of releasing limiting beliefs begins with awareness. We must first recognize the beliefs that are holding us back. Often, these beliefs are so deeply ingrained in our subconscious that we may not even realize we are operating from them. Mindfulness meditation is an excellent tool for identifying limiting beliefs. As we sit in stillness, we can observe the thoughts that arise and notice patterns of self-criticism, fear, or doubt. When a limiting belief surfaces, instead of judging it, we can approach it with compassion and curiosity. Ask yourself, is this belief true? Is it serving me? Does it align with the person I want to become? Once we become aware of these beliefs, we can begin to challenge them. This may involve questioning their validity or reflecting on their origin. We can ask, where did this belief come from? Was it formed out of a past experience or someone else's opinion? Through this process, we start to realize that many of these beliefs are not our own truths, they are just old stories that we have internalized. Affirmations are another powerful tool in this process. By repeating positive, empowering statements, we can begin to replace limiting beliefs with new, more supportive ones. For example, I am worthy of good health and vitality. Healing is possible, and I trust in my body's ability to restore balance. I am not defined by my past. I am free to create a new future. As we consistently reinforce these affirmations, they begin to reprogram our subconscious mind, replacing outdated beliefs with beliefs that align with our highest good. Letting go and opening to new possibilities. Releasing limiting beliefs is an act of surrender. In Buddhism, we understand that healing is not something we force or control. It is a natural process that unfolds when we let go of resistance. When we surrender to the flow of life and release the beliefs that keep us stuck, we create space for new possibilities to emerge. This process of letting go can be challenging, especially when the beliefs we are holding on to are tied to deep-seated fears or traumas. But through mindfulness, meditation, and self-compassion, we can begin to loosen our grip on these beliefs. Slowly, we start to free ourselves from the chains of self-doubt, fear, and unworthiness. In this freedom, healing can take place, both in our minds and bodies. The journey of true healing. True healing requires that we transcend the beliefs that keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. It requires that we open ourselves to the possibility that we are capable of more than we ever imagined, that we are deserving of health, love, and happiness. As we release limiting beliefs, we begin to see the world with new eyes. We start to believe in our own potential. We become open to healing in all its forms, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Just as the Buddha taught, healing is a journey that begins with the mind. When we let go of limiting beliefs, we allow ourselves to move from a place of suffering to a place of freedom and wholeness. And in this space, healing can flourish. Conclusion: the ongoing journey of self-healing. Self-healing is not a destination, it's a continuous process. It requires patience, commitment, and, above all, compassion. As you walk this path, remember that every moment is an opportunity to heal, to grow, and to align with the peace that resides within you. The Buddha's teachings offer us a clear and compassionate guide to overcoming suffering. Through mindful awareness, loving kindness, and the power of visualization, you can heal from the inside out. The road to healing may be long, but it is filled with profound beauty and endless possibilities. May you find peace, healing, and joy as you embark on this sacred journey.